In the rat race of today, it is so much been found that people are chasing everything. Now, what are they chasing? Are they really chasing the right things that they intend to chase? Are they really chasing what they should chase? Or they're all in a hallucination and they are chasing mirage? When I meet people in the seminars or in one-to-one coaching, I find that their top priorities are usually their load of money, their top priorities are car, their top priorities are vacations, houses, so on and so forth. Whilst I don't say that these should not be done, these are important. But very few people come to me and say, hey, my top priority is to have as much as peace within myself. Now, one of the critical parameters that I also find in today's environment is that people intend to take as much as shortcuts as possible. Now, when you try to take shortcuts, typically you do not achieve the desired result, you do not get the nectar, what you can actually get. There is no substitute. I repeat, there is no substitute to experience. I have been personally mentoring for more than 17 to 18 years. Till date, we are trying to help as many people possible, where when people come to us that they don't have someone to speak to, they don't know what to do, what direction to take, when organizations need help in setting up their directions to scale up, so on and so forth. It's so much important first to understand that what is the kind of value system, whether that individual, that organization, that political leader, etc. wants to drive. If the value system is driven to within the circumference that you need to hate someone, you need to lose someone, and then you need to grow up, then that's not the right kind of value system that you are building around yourself. So have the correct value system, and more important, when you're chasing things, first experience the right kind of scenarios and then know that what you need to chase, what you need to ask for in life. If you're not sure about that, then at the end of the day, you would see that you have gone up and have risen up the mountain, but that's absolutely a wrong mountain that you've gone up to. Well, there's a beautiful story that many of you may have heard, that there was a person who wanted to go up to the mountain to see that, what is there that many people go up and try to see there, and how does it look once you reach up to the top. So one day he decided to go up to the mountain and also find out what is there. So he started getting up. He was feeling tired. Then he saw that a few people were coming down. They have already finished. He asked, hey, what have you seen there? What is there? So they explained what they have seen, etc. And so on and so forth. To cut the long story short, 4, 5, 6 people he asked when he saw them coming down. Then he sat and thought, hey, I have now known what is there. So why do I need to go there? I have enough information about that. Now that doesn't qualify you to actually understand what is there. It all differs what each one of our eyes actually sees. There is no substitute to experience, and that's what I see in people today, that they would do Googling and they will try to showcase their so-called knowledge. That's not knowledge. Trust us, people in front of you will understand that what you know and what you don't know. So your life would only become enriched if you experience it. If you do not experience it, it will be too theoretical, it will be too bookish, and you will fall flat by the cliff. So it's very important that you set up your own experience of life. You set up your own virtues of life and set up your own pathway. You don't need to imitate others. You don't need to get into a scenario where you are just chasing for wrong reasons. But when you are actually moving in the pathway of life, try to experience. You will see that, when people go to travel, most of the times there are some people, who would just go and continue clicking photographs. Whilst yes, it's very important to click photographs, it's very important to take pictures, upload in your social media, keep it in your database, etc., to see later. But it's equally important for you to see, experience the nature, what you see around, so on and so forth. I still recall, when I'm an ardent traveler, me and my wife travels a lot. So when we had visited some parts of Cairo and seeing the Giza, we saw that there are some people who just came, clicked photograph and have gone back. So they don't even know that, what's there in the pyramids, what's there below the pyramids, so on and so forth. Same thing we saw in various parts of the world when we travel, that there are people who do not know how to cherish the nature, cherish where you have gone, cherish the food that you eat. When people are eating food, they are just scrolling down their phones. They are too busy in social media or something like that. Or when you're cooking, you are too busy thinking of something else. When you're eating, you're too busy of your chattering mind. So it's important that set your direction of your mind and body as close to what it should be. And a very critical technique for the same is, when you breathe, when you inhale, be careful of your breath as much as possible. In our daily routine of life, at times it is not really possible always, but try to be as careful of when you inhale and when you exhale. If you are careful of the air that goes through your nostril, and you can actually follow that air, and when you exhale, you would understand that you are actually inhaling life and how you are actually exhaling your air that is not required. Now all these small kriyas being merged with the journey of life actually builds a scientific chronology towards driving a life in the right direction. You don't need to just haste on to life. You just don't need to keep chasing scenarios. You should rather know what you should chase, what you should not chase. That's what you need to be clear about. So to summarize, whilst it's good and important to ask for things that is needed to run your life, it is very, very critical to ask yourself what is needed for your life to have a peaceful and joyful life. And that's what will make you not only happy internally, but that will give you a new perspective and dimension of your life.